Chosen one, you were marked by heaven long before your arrival, triggering an emergency meeting among those who plotted your end. This is the story of an evil Eastern Star mother figure, and a star seed child had a cult harvesting from you for decades. This maternal figure saw your light and, consumed by jealousy, organized an entire network to drain your life force. Think of a hospital room, a newborn wrapped in cloth, and a person standing over that baby, seeing something nobody else could perceive. This mother figure wasn't seeing a child. They were seeing a threat, intelligence they didn't possess, and spiritual gifts they had to fake through rituals. They were seeing light. This person was Eastern Star, deep in it, connected to practitioners and witch doctors who knew how to do things most folks don't even believe exist. And when this mother figure looked at you, a decision formed that shaped your entire childhood. They contacted a skilled practitioner who had never failed before. This practitioner accepted the assignment, performing rituals and crafting workings that had succeeded on other gifted children. Confidence ran high. Your mother figure was told it would be finished within months. The baby would either die or be bound so tight the gifts would never activate. That's what was supposed to happen, but something unexpected occurred. The first working bounced back and hit the practitioner hard, causing sickness that lasted for weeks. They tried another attempt with stronger methods with the same result. They brought in help from other practitioners, but the same thing happened. And after the third attempt, this witch doctor said something that terrified your mother figure. This child is protected by something we cannot touch. We need to stop before we all end up dead. That should have been the end of it, but your mother figure couldn't accept defeat. They shifted strategy. If elimination wasn't possible, drainage would be. They made connection with a network that specialized in extracting spiritual energy from chosen ones. And your mother figure positioned you right in the center of it. Isolation came first. They separated you from anything that could help you recognize your power. They surrounded you with people trained to push your buttons and create emotional reactions to make you leak energy. Every argument and criticism was a calculated moment of engineered chaos. You felt drained after being around certain family members because they were literally harvesting from you, converting your light into their success. Your confusion was becoming their clarity. Your struggle was fueling their abundance. This is why some relatives thrived while you couldn't catch a break. They were feeding off you as their source. But while victory seemed theirs, you were being prepared. Every attack was training, and every betrayal was revelation. The network held meetings to coordinate attacks, timing rituals to your important moments, job interviews, relationships, and breakthroughs, to ensure nothing good materialized. For years it seemed to work, but something was coming that they couldn't plan for. Your awakening. Think of the random illnesses doctors couldn't explain, the nightmares that felt too real, and the exhaustion that followed family gatherings. None of that was random. They placed items in your home, decorations and gifts positioned strategically in your room for monitoring, draining, and vibrational control. Your spirit knew those objects didn't belong there. Even the food you ate at family gatherings was used. They spoke blessings or curses over it, making prayers to their entities. When you consumed it, you were consuming their assignments against you. This is why your energy shifted into fog or heaviness afterward. The hugs that felt wrong and the hands on your head were not affection. That was transference, pulling energy directly through physical contact. You felt it, but they taught you to ignore your intuition and be polite. Your mother figure would watch you sleep in a monitoring way, checking to see if the workings were taking effect and giving reports back to the network. You were a project to them. Practitioners came to your home disguised as family friends or consultants to read your energy and identify your gifts before you knew you had them. They crafted custom workings designed to bind your exact abilities, precision strikes against your potential, while you were just an innocent child. They presented this as normal, but it was warfare disguised as family. The Eastern Star meetings were strategy sessions, where they discussed you, compared notes, and shared techniques like a business enterprise. Then everything shifted. Your gifts came online fully, and your spiritual perception sharpened like a blade. The fog lifted in days. You started seeing patterns, questioning everything, and remembering rituals you witnessed as a child but couldn't understand. The moment those dots connected, the spell work stopped affecting you. The bindings started breaking, and the network felt the panic of your awakening. Their harvest was ending. They doubled down, bringing in heavier practitioners and spending more money on emergency rituals. But they were fighting heaven. Every attack hit an invisible wall. Every curse triggered divine intervention. This is why cars broke down, plans fell apart, and practitioners suddenly refused to work. Divine forces were moving in ways they couldn't counter. You were marked by source and wrapped in protection that bypassed all their knowledge. You just kept moving forward and standing still while they kept hitting walls they couldn't see. The phrase started being said out loud among network members. This person has to be protected by God. We've tried everything. We've spent years. We've brought in the best practitioners. Nothing touches them. Crisis started for them because they'd invested everything into a system that was now failing against someone they thought was weak. But protection can't be penetrated. They learned that the hard way. And what comes next is going to shake everything to the core. The technology used to suppress consciousness has been reverse engineered, and Destiny Engine is the result. Your ascension weapon. Reality bends faster, synchronicities stack, and your nervous system upgrades. For $1, you switch sides of history. The takeover is internal. Everything so far was defense, but now heaven has activated offense. And when heaven attacks, there's nowhere to hide. The witch doctors they paid started dying sudden deaths or facing catastrophic life collapses. Finances gone, families destroyed, and mental breakdowns. The mother figures started seeing terrifying signs, symbols appearing in the house, voices in the night, and their own mind turning against them. They tried to pray to their entities, but nothing answered. Or worse, something answered that wasn't friendly anymore. Members of the network started disconnecting out of terror, watching the karma manifest in real time while you remained standing. Some tried to reach out with hollow apologies, but you could see through the fake smiles. Your power was activated, and you had zero interest in their repentance. The first practitioner who worked on you as an infant experienced vision problems and ritual malfunctions until they lost their practice and were bound by debilitating pain. What you do comes back always, especially when you do it to heaven's chosen. The second practitioner faced financial collapse, money disappearing like water. They warned others, there's a child you can't touch. Working against that one brings destruction. The mother figure found a third arrogant practitioner who performed elaborate rituals with rare materials, thinking they were immune. That practitioner eventually refunded all the money, saying, "I can't continue. The protection around you is beyond my ability. Continuing would destroy me." Word spread. Other practitioners started declining jobs related to you, saying it was suicide and that no amount of money was worth that karma. Your mother figure kept trying with outsiders, but each one ended up as a cautionary tale with even worse consequences. The network is now whispering one word: God. The mother figure is in a crisis, seeing decades of rituals and coordination fail. Everything they built on your stolen energy has collapsed. The witch doctor's warning is manifesting. People are dying, getting sick, and losing everything. Divine justice is systematic. Heaven doesn't need your permission to defend you. It is automatic and inevitable divine law. Now, everything they took, the energy, opportunities, and abundance, is coming back to you like a flood. Heaven doesn't just restore, it multiplies. You are receiving compressed opportunities and multiplied abundance in a short time. Your mother figure is watching your success while their businesses fail and their money disappears. This is systematic wealth transfer. They tried rituals to keep their money, but it backfired. They are powerless while you are just getting started. Your mother figure used your struggles to close deals. Your loss was literally their gain. They timed business moves to your trauma, feeding off your light like parasites and tracking your energy levels in notebooks. The Eastern Star organization provided the structure, teaching your mother figure how to pull energy during specific moon phases and emotional states. You were the demonstration model for an entire network, your destiny redirected through spiritual technology. But heaven kept records. Every stolen dollar and bit of energy was documented with interest and divine multipliers. Now the harvester is being harvested. Your mother figure is facing the financial confusion they once inflicted on you. The network's artificial abundance collapsed the moment you woke up and reclaimed your light. You are seeing doors open that you didn't even knock on. This is recompense. Everything you survived was preparation for a bigger assignment. There are other star seeds recognizing their story in yours. Your voice carries power. When you speak, their bindings break and the mother figure's structure collapses. The system that operated in darkness for generations is crumbling because you decided to speak. This Eastern Star harvest system is global, and heaven is activating chosen ones simultaneously for a spiritual power transfer. The harvest season is over. The exposure season has begun. What was hidden is being revealed. The organization is experiencing internal rot. Members are leaving. Whistleblowers are speaking out, and the respectable facade is shattering. The witch doctor community is shaken, advising everyone to turn down money offered by desperate parents trying to bind gifted children. The protection around you is now weaponized. Anyone who attacks you attacks themselves automatically. Late at night, your mother figure is wondering if they pledged allegiance to forces that can't actually protect them. They fought heaven for decades and lost. They are left with the reality that the God who chose you is more real than anything they served. Some network members are offering apologies out of fear of consequences, not real repentance. They don't want reconciliation. They want access. Do not give it to them. You owe them nothing, not your energy, your presence, or your light. Family titles don't override spiritual boundaries. You have the right to maintain distance and require genuine change. The network used guilt and tradition as weapons, but those weapons shatter against your boundaries. Your mother figure realized they activated a sleeping giant they cannot control. You forgave yourself for surviving and let go of the programming. In doing so, you became unstoppable. They see a fully activated star seed, a protected warrior, and a liberated voice they cannot silence. From the womb to the tomb, heaven defended you. This was never a fair fight because they were fighting God. They tried, they failed. You won. End of story.